Back to head. As we've seen in an example, sometimes while we are working with Git suddenly starts warning us that, hey, you're in the detached head state. Why is that? When it happens, why Git warns us about it? What is the detached head state? Simple. When head is pointing to a commit directly instead of pointing to it through a branch. Here, head is pointing to master, so it is pointing to a branch and it's attached. Here, head is pointing to a commit and not a branch. Hence, the head is detached. Let's see an example. This is how our repository looks like. We want to switch head to this commit, eb34bv. So we run git checkout eb34bv. Head moves here and gets this value. Now, we are in the detached head state. Why? Because head is not attached or pointing to any branches. Remember that the snapshot of eb34bv is now copied to the staging area and the working tree. Maybe we wanted to check something in this snapshot, and that's why we moved the head over. Cool. Now that the head is not pointing to a branch, can we still make a commit? And the answer is yes. Let's make a new commit. Head still knows what the parent is. And when the commit is created, head moves to the new commit, but there is no branch to move along with head now. So the repository looks like this. Note that the value of head has changed. Now, why Git warns us about the detached head state? Why detached head could be problematic? Again, no human readable branch is pointing to this commit, so we have to remember the hash, which increases the chance of us losing this commit. Let's see how it happens. If we run git log, we would see the current commit that head is pointing to and its parents. Let's go back to master now by running git checkout master. First of all, Git warns us that, hey, you're leaving a commit behind. And here's how to keep it, and then make the switch to master. If we run git log again, we wouldn't see this commit anymore, because this is not one of the parents. You see, we wouldn't see this commit that test is pointing to, but we know we have a branch and can still move to that branch if we want. The same way that we went back on lk12mn because we knew that master was pointing to it, so we ran git checkout master. But if we want to go back to d2355b, we have to know a number of characters of that commit's hash and run git checkout followed by that number of characters. Also, it is very important to know that this commit is now hanging. So Git's garbage collector will eventually come for it and actually delete this commit. But this is not the worst thing that has ever happened. This actually means that we still have plenty of time to keep that commit if we want. How? By making a new branch and have it pointing to this commit. Now you might say, but I cleared my command line and have no idea what the hash of that commit is, and git log doesn't output that, so it's gone. No. we still can use the git ref log command to find that out. If we run git ref log in this scenario, we would get this. From bottom up, it logged that we switched to the EB34BV commit. We made a new commit, and here is the hash we were looking for, and then we switched back to master. So here are the takeaways. It's cool, useful, and necessary to detach the head and wander around the repository. Just don't make commits when the head is detached. If you detach the head and decided to make commits, create a branch right away. If you made commits by mistake when the head was detached, create a branch instantly. You can still see the newly created commits using git log. If you made commits by mistake and switched to another branch, use git ref log to find the needed hash and create a branch from that hash.